Hello, welcome to Cherie's weight loss journey. We've been kind of in the house because we've been having like stormy weathers, but the weather has cleared up a little bit, and you know, I've been kind of indulging in my brownie bites. So I was like, you need to go out and take a walk. Yeah, I did my lightweight exercises. I did, right? However, I even took my supplements. Stop it. Okay? So, the best thing for me to have done was to come out here and take a walk. I even increased my protein to over 100. Not much over 100, but I had over 100 grams of protein by creating a dish with the Bonza chickpea noodles. Yeah. So a serving of that is 20 grams of protein. And so I had been trying the last couple of days to, to try to figure out ways of getting all the protein that I need without taking a supplemental protein drink. And I really was only able to reach about 50 or 60 grams of protein without a protein drink. So of course today, for me to be able to reach the 100 grams of protein, I did have a protein shake, which I turned into a smoothie and added some bananas and blueberries, and it was so good. It was good. And so I have plenty of protein mix, although it's not the chocolatey flavor that I do like so much. The vanilla is pretty good. It's not as good, and it kind of has a chalky flavor to it. So I'm more reluctant to, finish up using those brands of protein drinks that I had bought. What else? One of the things that I was asked about was, when I gave my video in regards to the elements, and they're pretty much the same element within each of the sexes, both men and women, meaning that the air signs are like the sons, and the fire signs are like the brothers. The earth signs are like the husbands, and the water signs are like the fathers. And it seems like people don't quite understand that, because so many people feel like in order to be a father is that you have to be a provider, which kind of looks like the earth sign. But the earth sign is nurturing, for sure. But they're the husband and the wife. They're the businessman or the business owner. The ones that demand equal give and take. Okay? But the one thing that I didn't like was the way that they have represented the emperor, right? It's like they forgot that the emperor also needs to be all of the kings wrapped into one. Now, he can, utilize any of those kings at will, but, if somebody was to try to be an emperor, you know, they could seem like, they're very controlling, because it's not their nature. So it's more of a discipline rather than their nature. Okay? What else was I trying to talk about? So again, I wanted to show that even though a lot of people think that tarot is new, it's not new. Nowhere on this earth is it new. Even Saudi Arabia had proclaimed that tarot was sorcery, and they had banned it from their country. Whereas, we have a lot of states that have outlawed, fortune telling. Okay, I suspect that one of the reasons why it was outlawed was because so many people became very superstitious, and a lot of other people were conned out of their money because they were afraid. So they outlawed it. I'm not talking about the ones that use it for divination in their religions, because they still do it. And another card that gets misrepresented is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a card of secrets. It's a keeper of secrets. Okay? Secrets could be from ancient wisdom. Secrets can also be from having affairs. Secrets could be just, in groups where people are privileged to certain information. I mean, here's an example, right? A prostitute can seem like they're a high priestess because many of the men that they entertain, they go to them secretively, and the things that they say and do there are her secrets. And if she has experienced a lot of men, then of course she can probably get a degree, in human sexuality. Okay? And probably the same could go with say people who are of the alphabet community. They too experience, a lot of secret sexual activities. So they too can be considered, high priestesses or priests. So that being said, there's different ways, to interpret the high priestess or priest. There is a difference between a prophetess and a high priestess. Just like there's a difference between somebody who conjures and a prophet.